Palestine! From the wrecks of Palestine! Rise up with the people of the world! Rise up with the people of the world!
We're in Denver, Colorado. We marched to protest the Democratic National Convention because they don't represent the interests of the people. The Democratic Party represents the interests of the ruling class.
We're here to protest against two-party politics and politics itself.
The time has come for direct action. Take to the streets. Stop sitting back and watching your TV. Politics is in the streets, and it's every day before your eyes. This affects all of us. This is a common struggle of all people throughout the world.
Tell me what a police state looks like!
This is what a police state looks like!
An officer has to be identified by a badge or a nameplate. But if you look behind me at all these sheriffs, there is not one of them identifiable. Hey, we need to, so, as you see, these guys could hurt us at any given time, and we would not know how to hold them accountable.
The whole idea is to document what the police are doing, hopefully prevent police brutality, prevent excessive use of force. I have seen a lot of automatic weapons and held by the police over there. Quite a few non-lethal devices also, pepper spray, shooters, and a whole bunch of different things. So they're ready for whatever they imagine is going to happen, and we're ready to document what they do.
It's all right! 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 It's all right!
In front of me is about 60 Iraq veterans against the war from different branches of the military in dress A uniforms and combat camo uniforms, marching in tight formation. Behind me is the entire Rage Against the Machine show that just took place for free in Denver, and they're marching behind us. We're going to go as far as we can to the convention center. The vets are willing to go to jail, and a lot of the crowd is too, so we're going to fill the jails, fill the streets, and get our message across.
It's all right, it's okay. It's all right, it's okay.
Barack Obama has the courage to go overseas, to go to Iraq, into a war zone and see what's going on there, but he doesn't seem to have the courage to face our returning anti-war veterans and protesters here out on the street.
My name's Maggie Martin. I am the chapter president of the new Savannah, Georgia chapter of IVAW. We're marching to show the Democrats and to show America that veterans who are over there who served are against the war, and that we're not gonna let the Democrats get off scot-free on running on an anti-war platform and getting elected and not following through. So we're here to hold them accountable.
You know, we voted them in 2006 on the idea that they'd give us these false promises, these hopes that they were going to bring us out of Iraq, and they've only funded it time and time again, and they've only stalled veteran legislation that would help us get health care. So, you know, I'm not going to vote on hope. You know, I'm going to vote on solutions. And, you know, both parties, it's both parties' fault we got into this war. It's both parties' fault that we're still there. So we need to hold them both accountable. And we're going to march there, and we're going to demand they hear what we have to say. And if they're really the anti-war party, as some might think, then they should have no problem endorsing what we have to say.
I'm sure there are a lot of good Americans in there that would be not okay with the idea that they're about to arrest a bunch of Iraq vets if we don't go home. This is my home. This is my home.
The police of the city of Denver have given the dispersal order to the protesters in the rear of the formation. We're told that if that order is given 3 times, they have authorization to shoot tear gas into the crowd. And Iraq Veterans Against the War will be standing here in formation, awaiting further response from the campaign of Senator Barack Obama. Shooting tear gas or a threat of it, or threatening to disperse while we exercise our First Amendment rights to peacefully gather, and I emphasize peacefully, is a disgrace. These veterans fought too hard to come back here and be ignored, as we have been for the last 7 years by this same administration, to be ignored again by the would-be savior of America, his anti-war rhetoric. To be ignored again is a disgrace.
Got through to the campaign staff and they've agreed. The Veterans Liaison is coming out to set up a meeting to talk about when we can read our letter to the delegates. So we succeeded.
is a victory. We're at least at the ear of a presidential candidate. That's, I think, the first for the anti-war movement for the Iraq War to actually have the full ear of one of the presidential candidates. As Iraq veterans, I can't tell you how good that feels. Most of the time, they want us to come home and be war heroes and take our medals and forget about the war. Well, we can't forget about the war. We won't forget about the war, and we certainly won't forget about our brothers and sisters still fighting it and the Iraqi people who are stuck there.